We got a good one for you today. 2019 F150. We're going to be doing the Mercillion dash cam, front and back. I'm going to take you a quick install guide on how to do that and show you a little demo on the quality. Good morning, everyone. We've got a good one for you today. We're going to be installing the Mercillion hidden dash cam. That's going to go to the windshield. Also, it's going to come with the rear camera as well. I'm going to take you on a quick guide on how to install it. The vehicle that we have today is a 2019 Ford F150. We're going to be using the OBD2 connection method, which is, from what I was told, it has a power supply built in, so it's going to shut off whenever it needs to shut off. This one, the vehicle does not have the either the lane assist or something like that, so we're not going to be using this, or else it would have been just a T-harness. So put this aside. It's going to come with the actual camera itself. Like I said, the rear camera, extra adhesive, and also an SD card, so don't forget to put that in. Panel popper remover, so you don't damage any plastic pieces or dash pieces. So we're gonna go ahead and take it apart and show you what that looks like. This is where you insert the SD card, so don't forget that. Always a rule of thumb, just go ahead and plug it in and make sure to test the equipment just to make sure it turns on, which in this case it does. So we're gonna go ahead and download the app, so go ahead and scan this, install it, and then we're gonna search it like normal. Once you get the app installed, which I showed you the barcode, go ahead and install the app itself, and then you are going to connect directly to the dash cam, which in this case it'll be the Mercillion B841 yada yada, and let's go ahead and connect that. The password is 12345678. And once you get that connected, it'll show connected without internet, which is what you need. I finally got it connected. It just took a little bit longer than I expected. Kind of just playing around. This is the rear. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to the front. Right now it's showing blue just because I have the protective film on the screen, so once I take that off it's going to clear up. So we're going to go ahead, now that I know it works, I'm going to go ahead and start installing the whole unit and show you what that looks like. Go ahead and use your plastic panel remover. This is the part that we have to take off, as we're going to be running the wire to this notch right here. So this is only held by clips and a locking tab. These are the two clips, so just use your panel remover and just kind of slowly pry it off all around, and it'll just pop off. Once you get everything kind of situated, go ahead and plug in your rear camera and the power cable. Make sure they're all inserted in. You can use a Tessa tape, which is like a fleece, so it doesn't make any type of noises whenever it's rubbing onto something, and it also makes the install a little bit cleaner. So go ahead and get that thing done up. Then we're gonna go ahead and run the wire where we took off the cover behind the rear view mirror. So you wanna go ahead and start all the way in the end. Like I said, this will make it a little bit cleaner look. So it kind of blends in a little bit. You don't have to wrap the whole wire, just the one that's gonna be visible, which in this case is gonna have a little bit visibility. You can get this from Amazon or anywhere. You can literally buy anything these days, eBay. But I order mine from Amazon. Always have and always will use these whenever I do installs. And just kind of cut it off from there. Make sure you also add a little bit to the connections. Not that it'll come off, but just for safety measures. For this one, you just need one spin and that's it. This one is for GPS, so we don't really need that. So we're gonna go ahead and tuck that in. Now we can go ahead and start assembling it to the windshield. Here's where we are so far. Just kind of leave it dangling for now. That's why I wanted to take off the cover that goes here. That way it's easier to kind of run the wires a little bit. So now we're gonna go ahead and tuck it in behind the headliner and make sure you take off the seals. We're gonna go ahead and pop this off because that's where you want the wires to come out. You want the rear view camera to go back, and then you want the OBD2 to come down. Now I went ahead and added Tessa tape every few inches all the way to about right here. That way it's not kind of loose altogether back there. But in this case, now that we are here, it's gonna split, OBD2 going down, and then the rear camera go towards the back. So just go ahead and pop off the seal right here, and then you're gonna tuck in the wire right underneath the headliner. As you may notice, there's going to be airbag for the curtain airbag system. Do not zip tie anything to it. Just kind of leave it hanging and loose like that. Now this will not stop the airbag from deploying, but like I said, you don't want to obstruct the airbag with zip ties and things like that, which I have seen in the past. People literally zip tie all the way back. So just keep it loose and you'll be all right. The OBD2 power is going to go down. So go ahead and remove the seal all the way down, and you want it to come out right about there. I ran the wire and it coming out to this location right here. So like I said, keep it loose, don't make anything tight. Now we're gonna go ahead and proceed and continue with the rear. You're going to want to run the wire down here and then obviously come out and do it the same way as you did from the front. We're gonna go ahead and continue running it down here, and we're gonna place it just directly in the middle. So use this as a reference and have the camera just kind of dangling for now in the middle. Here's the camera port, so just leave it kind of dangling for now. Now you're gonna have a lot of excess wire right here, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of tie it together and tuck it in around this area. And you can use your tape or the Tessa tape. Yeah, just make sure there's no very sharp bends, so just kind of loop it around and tuck it in from the back. I went ahead and tucked in all the excess wire to this cavity right here, so it's out of sight, out of mind. So you can go ahead and put the door seals back. Then we're gonna go ahead and proceed to do the front. And like I said, we're gonna go ahead and run the wire to this little notch right here. So perfect little spot. We didn't even have to sand anything. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So thank God Ford did that. Makes it a little bit easier. If there are any stickers that are in the place where the camera is gonna be stick to, go ahead and remove that. Customer is going to be getting a new Pikes Pass, so I can go ahead and remove that piece. I got it as best as I can. This part is going to get covered, so go ahead and use a alcohol prep pad, just to kind of clean off all the dust and debris before you stick the camera in. It'll make it a lot stronger adhesion. So you can get this just about anywhere, or you can use an alcohol with a little cloth. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and stick the camera. Now go ahead and plug in your OBD2, make sure everything is tight. And I went ahead and also cleaned up and zip tied the excess harness to whatever harness they already have here, so everything looks clean. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a quick test drive, record a couple of videos to show you the quality. Here is the camera all done up. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Can't really even tell that it's there. And this is the notch that I was talking about where you run the wire. So just give it a little bit of slack, don't make it too tight. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and take it for a quick test drive, and I'll be including a couple of clips to show you the quality. just to quickly show it one more time, that's what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Looks like it belongs there. So this was about a 15 to 20 minute job. So I'm not gonna give you the runarounds and make the video so long. Like I said, it only took me about 15 to 20 minutes to complete the job. The OBD2 port did make it a little bit easier. So besides that, if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a shout. Go ahead and check out Mercillion. Like I said, I'm gonna attach the link in the description so you guys can purchase it if you want to. Other than that, that pretty much concludes the install. Peace.